Welcome to this new segment on FloMarching. I'm Natalie Shelton, and let's talk about stuff. We are just under a month until WGI World Championship Finals begins, so let's take a look at some rankings in the color guard sphere. As a reminder, you can see all of the color guard rankings on FloMarching under our rankings tab, and those numbers get updated every Tuesday, which means that today you can check out who's atop each table in each individual class. Rankings obviously aren't the end-all be-all of competition, and there's so much more to color guard, percussion, and wins than scores. But I will say that I'm super impressed by Paramount and their massive 92.2 score this weekend in Knoxville. They're currently at the top of the independent world class, and I'm really excited to see them in 2 weeks go up against some of their fiercest competition at the WGI Buford show, which we will be streaming live on FloMarching. This weekend you can catch 5 shows streaming live on FloMarching, and they include Indianapolis and Ontario Percussion, as well as Avon, Mansfield, and Stuart Guard. For more information about who's competing and what time those shows start, head over to FloMarching.com. And if you see me in Ontario this weekend, be sure to say hi. 2 things from this past weekend that I really loved seeing was actually at the same show in Manhattan Beach. I really enjoyed how Arcadia High School utilized props in a different way, and if you've seen the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They manipulate some of their equipment using basically what look like invisible lines. If you saw Avon High School Percussion's show last year, that's kind of the visual that you want to be thinking of. And utilizing those wires really put the show in a different perspective for me and made things interesting to watch. I also really enjoyed Fantasia's show because, once again, it's doing something that we haven't really seen a whole lot of in this winter guard space, which is improvisation. And I'm excited to see if this new skill set of improvisation and those sort of moments where you're allowing your ensemble to play gets put on the score sheet eventually. We'll see. Let's switch gears and start talking about DCI. If you haven't heard, we announced this past week our streaming schedule for the 2026 DCI season. You can go ahead and check out what we're going to be streaming live on FloMarching this summer over on the website. We're also hoping to add a couple more shows to that streaming list, so be sure to check back and look for updates. The beginning of the season is going to be really exciting with some back-to-back shows that you're not going to want to miss, including the Santa Clara Vanguard Showcase, the Bluecoats Opening Night Community Celebration, and Drums Along the Rockies. And don't forget that the Bluecoats are having a West Coast tour this year, so you're going to see them super early in the season against some fierce competitors on the West Coast. The other big news out of the DCI space is that Open Class Championships this year is going to be held in a new location. Indiana Wesleyan University in Marion, Indiana was home to the Open Class World Championships for the last couple years, but we are going to be seeing competition move to Dayton, Ohio, at the University of Dayton's Welcome Stadium. Head over to DCI's website for more information about the move. And in case you're not following DCI on social media, there are still plenty of spots open at different corps across the activity if you're still wanting to march this summer. Scholarship deadlines are also coming up soon, so be sure to get that paperwork in as soon as you can. Last thing about DCI is that this summer during semifinals night, you can catch a performance from the Phantom Regiment Alumni Corps. They've put out information on social media building that hype around their performance, and there are going to be a lot of people in the field. I believe when I last looked at their social media, it was over 500 people, so get excited for that. Thanks for hanging out with me, and don't forget to check out one of the 5 shows that are streaming this weekend live on FloMarching. Be sure to follow us on YouTube too, because as we have been doing for the entirety of the WGI season, we're going to be doing a live to social where you get a portion of one of the shows for free. We're not going to tell you what show it is or when we're going to start streaming, so you're going to want to follow us and turn on those post notifications so you know what's coming up. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm Natalie Shelton. See you next week.